Dear viewers, I am Dr. Ganesan, Head Department of Economics, Ayanadar Janayamal College, Sivagasi. In the previous video lesson, we have discussed about the meaning and characteristics of perfectly competitive market. And in this video, we are going to discuss about how the price will be determined in a perfectly competitive market. Are you clear? So today we are going to discuss about price determination under perfectly competitive market. So just we can remember the meaning of perfect competition. So perfect competition refers to the market situation in which large number of buyers and sellers all engaged in buying and selling homogeneous products. The buyers involved in buying homogeneous product and the sellers involved in selling homogeneous products. So here homogeneous product means the product which are identical in nature or which are having identical in nature. So in a perfectly competitive market, we can remember there are large number of sellers and the sellers they are selling homogeneous products. So now how the price will be determined in a perfectly competitive market, that we can discuss in a brief way. You take into account in a perfectly competitive market, the market, the firms are the price taker, not the price maker. Even though n number of sellers they are selling goods and services, that is identical goods and services in the market, but the firms in a perfectly competitive market, they are not having the power to fix price for its own product or their own products. So here, then what is the force involved in determining the price in a perfectly competitive market? So here the prices are determined on the basis of the free flow of market forces. Here what do you mean by market forces? The demand and supply are called market forces. So the free flow of demand and supply of a particular commodity only determine the price for that particular commodity. So here the price is determined by the interaction of the total demand and total supply. So here what is the total demand in the market for a particular product and what is the total supply made by the firms in a perfectly competitive market? The interaction between the demand and supply only fix the price. So price determined on the basis of the equilibrium between the demand and supply is called equilibrium price. When the demand and supply are equal, that point is called the equilibrium point. At that point, what is the price which is prevailed in the market? That price is called the equilibrium price, and the quantity demanded is called, demanded and supply is called equilibrium quantity demanded and supplied. So here simply you can remember price in a perfectly competitive market is determined only on the basis of the equilibrium between demand and supply. So what is the nature of the demand curve in a perfectly competitive market? So here the demand curve of the market will slope downward. Normally in all the market conditions, the demand curve is a downward sloping one because there is an inverse relationship between price and demand. So here the demand curve is a downward sloping one. It slopes downwards from left to right. So because there is an inverse relationship between, or you can tell the opposite relationship between price and demand. What do you mean by inverse relationship? When price increases, demand decreases. And when price decreases, demand increases. So if one is increased, that is when price increases and demand decreases and vice versa. So because of that only the demand curve will be a downward one in nature. Then what about the supply curve? Here the supply curve of the market will slopes upward from left to right. So here there is a positive relationship between price and supply. On side of the sellers they want to sell more at a higher price and less at a lesser price. So there is a positive relationship or direct relationship between the price and supply. So when price increases, supply also increases, and when price decreases, supply also decreases. So because of that only the supply curve has an upward sloping one. So here the demand curve will be a downward sloping one and the supply curve will be an upward sloping one. So now how the demand and supply equal and determine the price, that will be explained with the help of a table. In the first column we have taken price of rice, and the second column we have taken the total demand of rice in the market, and the third column we have taken the total supply of rice in the market. So here price is given in rupees and the total demand and supply are expressed in terms of kg or kilogram. So here in the price column you can take the price is 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. So when the price is 50, now you can consider what is the total demand and what is the total supply. If the price is rupees 50 at that time, the total demand in the market for rice is 20 kg, but the supply is 100 kg. So here the supply is greater when compared to the demand. So automatically what will happen means that will lead to reduction in the price of the commodity. So at a higher price, the demand is less, but the supply is high. So here when the price is rupees 50, the supply made in the market is 100 kg of rice, but you take into account of the demand, it is only 20 kg. Suppose when the price is reduced from 50 to 40, the demand has increased from 20 kg to 40 kg and the supply has reduced from 100 kg to 80 kg. So when price is reduced, the demand is increased from 20 to 40 and the supply has reduced from 100 to 80. And when there is a further reduction in the price from 40 to 30, so here the demand has increased from 40 to 60 and the supply has reduced from 80 to 60. And if the price is 20, the demand of rice is 80 kg and the supply of rice is 40 kg. So here the demand is greater when compared to the supply. So here you take into account of the equilibrium between the demand and supply. At rupees 30 as price, the demand and supply of rice are equal at 60 kg in the market. So here the equilibrium price is 30 rupees because at that time the quantity demanded and supplied will be equal at 60 kg. So you can remember here, when the price of rice is rupees 50, the supply is 100 kg, but the demand is only 20 kg. When the price of rice is rupees 10, the supply is 20 kg and the demand is 100 kg. When the price of rice is rupees 30, the supply and demand for rice is 60 kg. Hence, the demand and supply are equal at rupees 30 and it is called the equilibrium price. Now, this tabular explanation will be explained with the help of a diagram. So, here in the diagram on the x-axis we have taken quantity demanded and supplied, and y-axis we have taken price. DD is the demand curve and SS is the supply curve. So the demand curve is a downward sloping one and the supply curve SS is an upward sloping one. Here the downward demand curve and the upward supply curve intersect each other at point E. That point is called the equilibrium point. So E is the equilibrium point because at that point the quantity demanded is equal to the quantity supplied. So from the equilibrium point, we draw a vertical line to x-axis to determine the level of output. So here the vertical line touches the x-axis at point P. So OP is the equilibrium OQ is the equilibrium quantity demanded and supplied, that is at 60 kg. And you draw a perpendicular line to y-axis to determine the price. So here OP is the price, that is 30 rupees. So at rupees 30, the quantity demanded and supplied of rice are equal. So rupees 30 is called the equilibrium price, and quantity, that is 60 kg of rice, is called the equilibrium quantity demanded and supplied. Suppose when the price is greater than OP, suppose you take the price is OP1, so here at that time the demand is lesser and the supply is greater. So that leads to excess supply. That excess supply will reduce the price from 50 to the equilibrium price. And on the other hand, suppose if the price has reduced from OP to OP2, that is rupees 10, here the supply is lesser when compared to the demand. So here the demand is greater when compared to the supply, that leads to excess demand. So this excess demand leads to increase the price, and ultimately we can attain there is an equality between the demand and supply. So the price will be determined on the basis of equality between quantity demanded and supplied. Thank you. If any doubts, you can feel free to call, or you can make a comment in the comment box. Thank you, friends.